Oh yeah, strap in for the Enigma Code DC podcast. Coming straight out the DMV. Sports, food, politics, featuring your host, Mikey Santiago.
Welcome, everybody. Enigma Code DC, Season 2, Episode 2. We are in the Wolf Den at an undisclosed location in a secret bunker. Scoop, a.k.a. Tony Blaze, was having technical difficulties. He won't be here tonight. I got two co-hosts filling in, not one, but two. I have my man, the Disgruntled Guy. That's what he's going by, the Disgruntled Guy. And I also have my man over here. I know both of these gentlemen for a long time, so glad to finally have him on the show. I have my man Skeeter, who I haven't seen in a while. So tonight, weed, marijuana, and sports. Second topic, Trump and this wall thingy. And the third one, this new Popeye chicken sandwich craze has got people going crazy. We're going into a quick commercial break. I need 120 seconds, and we are back at it. Enigma Code DC. What is Enigma Code? We're trying to answer the hard questions. Questions nobody wants to tackle. That's us. Quick commercial break. We're right back in it. Good? We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Enigma Code Podcast, Suburban DC. Let's jump right in. First topic, marijuana in sports. Washington Capitals, Evgeny Kutsinov, suspended 4 years by the International Hockey Federation for cocaine use. Who is this guy? Just happens to play for our local Washington Caps. The International Hockey Federation, I don't know what country he comes from, said 4 years. Yeah, I'm sure. Eastern Europe, that's where they all come from. Yeah. Said 4 years suspended. They told the Washington Caps, they gave a slap on the wrist and kind of laughed about it. NHL has different rules. First test, suspension 20 games. Second test, suspension 60 games. Third test, you're suspended permanent. If you've been busted, this is NHL I'm talking, you can be tested up to 60 times in the off season. Before any suspension though, orientation sessions, you got to go to orientation first before they can suspend. Says absolutely nothing about marijuana. And the NHL really doesn't care about cocaine. Y'all thoughts?
Oh, I know why they don't want marijuana. Because marijuana is not a drug that allows them to be aggressive. You have never met a violent weed smoker in your life. So if you had a person doing weed on the cane, they're probably, man, I don't feel like playing right now. So most people.
No. They're saying they don't have it. The
They
NHL,
will never
not the
do.
international. The NHL here has no issues with cocaine and has no issues with marijuana.
Well, they're not going to have issues with marijuana, and they're not going to have issues with cocaine because cocaine entices them to be aggressive.
That's
So,
insane.
It may be, but
That don't make sense.
sure it doesn't. But it does make sense because you want your hockey players to be aggressive. Oh, you want them to be aggressive. You can't have a little pansy little hockey player.
Can't have a mellow pot hockey player.
You can't. So
Wait
I
a
can
minute,
understand
wait a
the
minute, hold
cocaine.
up, hold
Oh
up,
yeah.
hold up. You guys are trying to tell me that no.
Look, drugs is bad all the way around.
Yes, it is because culture, religion, endorsements.
Put it this way: he's obviously a good hockey player, or they wouldn't have gave him just 20
Gave him
games.
slap on. No, they gave him nothing.
Oh well,
The International Federation, whoever he played for back home, gave him 4 years
well, probably
suspension.
because
The Washington Caps gave him nothing.
well, the Caps not going to
Gave
give
him a
him.
talking to.
So let's look at this two ways. Number one, he has a 4-year ban internationally.
International,
So that means he can't play internationally for 4 years.
which you don't get paid for, supposedly.
Which you don't even play every year.
That's
Right,
true.
right.
So that 4-year ban, he might not even miss an Olympics.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. But they have to do something. So looking at it from that perspective, they had to do something, but it's not really nothing because it's gonna take him out of maybe one international event in the next 4 years.
It's at the World Cup, right?
It's a stain. It's a stain on whatever team he's playing for, whatever country. Because international, you're playing for country.
But see, they're doing something as an illusion to give them, make them look
Yeah.
like they're doing something. But they're not really doing anything, and I'm quite sure here pays more than international.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So-
international's supposed to be zero.
Yeah, so if you're,
International
You know they
don't
get
play
paid,
for
but they're not making nothing like what they're making here
Well,
because they're
then-
all coming over here.
what's the point?
Exactly.
Like, that's the hypocrisy of the whole thing.
Well, then that's every sport in the world. If you can play for your country and you have a pride thing, but if you can play somewhere else and get paid, I'm going to play somewhere where I can get paid.
Because I mean, let's be realistic. Look how many people are backing out of the NBA, and look how many NBA players are backing out of the U.S. team
Let's talk about the NBA. Why are they backing out of the NBA?
because they don't want to get hurt.
Yeah, but you're playing for country. It's the
Yeah.
highest honor. It's higher than money.
We're talking about
To
business.
who?
We're
Yeah.
talking about businessmen making business decisions.
Decisions. I 100% agree with that.
It is,
100% agree.
it is no longer a love for the game because the top has taken the love for the game out of it.
And also,
Ownership.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that. And also, if you get those top players and you have them play and get hurt, then the other teams can't they sue? Can't they sue FIBA for that?
Yeah.
Because you're still property of their team that allow you to go. You can sue them. So once you sue them,
property.
Yeah, I hate to say it that
But
way.
it's true. It's true. It's true.
property. So
Call it what it is. You're right.
And
It's
I
property.
don't want to get off topic, but let's the drugs in sports have been around for years. Let's look at it.
How do you
and be
know?
Realistic. How do I know?
How do you know that? You're making a blanket statement. How do you know the drug's been around
Okay.
for years?
Let
Let's
me
look
answer
at-
that for you. If you want to sit here and tell me that we are so naive to have our eyes closed and don't think that drugs was in the sport, we go in, all of us played high school something. We got hurt, take this.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a drug. I don't care if it was Tylenol. I don't care if it was
Motrin.
ibuprofen. It was a drug.
That's wrong.
I didn't say it was
It's
right.
morally wrong.
Well, who's it wrong for? The person that took it obviously wanted to take it. So is it morally wrong for him to take it, or is it morally wrong for the person to give it to him?
I don't think it's morally wrong. I think it's a choice, and everybody has it. When you step into any type of sports, you have a choice of choosing to play at the best or the top of your ability by any means necessary. When you make that choice, you open yourself up for the people to give you things, take things, drugs.
Well, let me ask this question. Are we talking about
Performance-enhancing.
performance-enhancing drugs or drugs that when you got your leg broke that help you speed the recovery? Which one are we talking about?
True, because some of those recovery drugs are now on the list to be banned.
Right.
Because
We're
they're
going to talk about that.
performance-enhancing drugs.
So
PEDs, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're
So
going to talk about that. Let's switch gears from it. Good point. That's a good stop point. NBA players, we jump from NHL to NBA, are only tested if there's probable cause.
But
So
every-
if I go home and smoke weed in my house and I'm not out in the club after every game, I'll never have a problem. 30 states allow marijuana in this country, right? 5 of those states that allow weed have NBA teams in them.
you can't listen. marijuana will always be a problem because the owners do not want the players to play lackadaisical. That's why it's not there.
Remember-
the other drugs are there because the narcs and all of those give you an aggression, which the owners, GMs, and the coaches want you to have while playing them sports. You and I both know some people who smoke weed and just a jerk, but when they get it, man, I'm not even arguing with you, man. It takes away the aggressiveness that made them to that point to becoming a star in that league anyway. The weed will take that away from you.
Y'all remember Richie Dumas in the 90s?
Oh yeah, Arizona.
Hell of a player, kept getting suspended.
Phoenix Suns.
He said if the NBA tested for weed, this was back in the 90s, he said wouldn't be no NBA.
And that's
This was back in the 90s with David Stern.
That's league
And
wide.
I'm almost positive he knew about it. And so
You said David Stern didn't know about it.
but you also remember he has to protect the product, which is the players.
Right.
So he's not going to get 90% of his players gone from a weed that's been grown naturally, that has not been pharmaceutically, genetically designed to get rid of his players. You got to do something better than you got to come in here with some real hard evidence. And weed is not a substance that will tear people apart and not have them just go crazy. Like I said, you have never met a violent weed smoker in your life. And anybody that says they did is lying.
We gave some statistics. Up to 15 NG per ml, I don't know what NG is, get your positive drug test for the NBA. For the NFL, you have to have 35 NG/ml, and that is considered a positive drug test in the NFL.
Milligrams and milliliters. I think it's because the football's pain tolerance is a little bit higher than basketball. So I think that's probably why the numbers are high.
Bullshit.
I'm just telling you that's what I think. I didn't say that was the actual, but that would be my educated guess.
I think because they know a certain amount of players are doing certain things, and it's a standard. You know people are doing things, you got to say, okay, let's raise the bar for this.
Of course,
Let's
of
lower it
course.
for this. It's a balance.
Well, it
You
is a
can't-
balance,
you
and
can't-
it is. Yeah, it's a balance, and I'm gonna say why it's a balance because I was in the Marine Corps, so I had a gentleman every morning for 3 years would eat a lemon poppy seed muffin,
Man, you know
and
what's in
he
poppy
popped,
seed?
and they almost kicked him out, and he could not understand why. And when I say he was a straight up honorable Marine, he was crying because he didn't understand what he was doing. He said, "I've never taken drugs."
And he
Now,
can't test the
the
nerve.
damage was done because everybody, including myself, he's on something. He's on something. Ain't no way in the world you can get away from that and not say you're on the thing because I totally thought he was doing it. So when they finally found out what it was a lemon poppy seed. Now, the damage is already done. Now, even though he's been proven that wasn't the case, it followed him everywhere he went. So now they had to raise that level of measuring what was inside of it because lemon poppy seed will pop you, but it's on such a low amount.
Yeah.
They didn't test for it just being something else. They just test for, that's what it is. So now to raise I guess they raised the level. So if you were a recreational user, then your levels would be higher. But if you were a lemon poppy seed muffin eater, they were low. Now they can determine the difference. Now they can. Back then they probably couldn't. So if you pop, you pop.
Vinnie Johnson was taking, back in the Detroit's heyday, I hate the Pistons, his heyday, he was taking ginseng tea at halftime and bragging about it. And the NBA was trying to see if that was legal or not. They couldn't find fault with it.
We could.
He was saying that gave him an edge. He drank ginseng tea at halftime.
Well, every athlete looking for the edge, right?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, listen, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. That's the motto. That's the motto. I mean, listen, it's
Speaking as a fan or as an athlete?
Yeah, I'm glad.
I'm speaking
No, he played
down the
football.
middle.
No,
I'm
he
speaking
played
down the
football.
middle. I won't speak on the behalf of all my brothers that play sports, and I won't speak on all the fans. So I'm gonna be down the middle. I'm gonna be my own man on this one. But realistically, like ginseng, some of these things that give you energy.
Yeah.
You know, people have been taking them for a long time.
I know.
You know, you get a stinger in football. You go to the sideline, they give you the
Smells
pneumonia,
right. It smells up.
pops you right back up. You know, clears your head off, and you good to go. So all these things are now becoming a no-no.
Yeah.
When
15
20 years ago,
minutes.
it was just a way of doing things. So as you move into the future, you know, sports and just life in general changes. So you have to adapt and change with it. Now, the problem is some of the things that sports are making illegal or on that banned list are now becoming legal substances. Like
Yeah.
marijuana. If I play in a city where it's legalized, how are you going to penalize me for using
Right.
something that's legal in the
Right,
city I'm
and that,
playing?
that keeps evolving. And
Well,
that,
but-
let me give y'all. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you some statistics. Go ahead.
I was thinking more or less it was because the leagues can't monitor them, and I think they got a kickback from the pharmaceutical. That's just me.
Damn.
I that's what I think. Because if I can market my drug for helping players and I can get it approved by the NFL or the NBA, then I'm already in business with them. And we all know this is a monetary-driven league.
Yes.
So
Yes.
basically, if they can get a kickback from the pharmaceutical company, then why not partner with the NBA?
Let me give y'all some quick stats and piggyback off what you said. Major League Baseball's drug policy. There is no drug policy.
And it never will be.
You get tested for steroids and PEDs.
Mm,
You get tested for weed in the minors, and I don't think they do that because they got so many youngins in the league. You don't get tested in the majors for weed or cocaine unless there's probable cause. So if you keep quiet indoors after every game and you're not out in the street, and you never have a problem.
But what's the list of their
That's
probable,
crazy.
But what's the list of their probable cause?
Right.
See, that's what you gotta ask.
So I'll put out a blanket statement. if you are doing things that's detrimental to the game, and that's in any
Oh,
sport,
bring the black guy.
if you they will pull out that contract on you in a heartbeat, and it's no list of things that's detrimental. There's no list. It's whatever they feel is detrimental to the game.
Is that the catch-all clause that they've been talking about? Oh, okay, yeah, I heard about that.
And let me tell you, when they pull it out and they hit you with it, you better be ready to defend yourself and defend whatever you're doing. Because if you're not, they're going to get you.
That's the okay.
I've
I've heard about that.
Things detrimental to the sport is in every single contract written known to man.
You know what? I remember saying something like, "Yeah, you're right."
Yep. So
So you can't bring something bad to it. Oh, okay.
So you get into a car accident. You're pulled over. Get into a car accident. Police ask you for a breathalyzer test. You deny it. You deny it. Guess what happens? That is a failure. So if you fail that breathalyzer test, now they have probable cause. When really you didn't fail it,
You just didn't take
you
it.
denied it.
Correct.
So now they have probable cause to test you for everything else. Now, cocaine pops up, weed pops up.
Right.
Now you're doing things that's detrimental to the game. Now your contract becomes void.
Let me ask y'all something. We gotta wrap up and go to break. What is the CBD oil business? What is that?
Yeah.
CBD oil.
Oh, the cannabis thing?
Yeah, it's,
Apparently, from what I was told, it was more of a pain reliever that I was
I'm
told.
hearing it's a wonder drug pain reliever.
Yeah, but see, the problem is this again. We were talking about it before the show. It's a supply and demand thing. I believe that they don't make enough for it to become so popular that it can be marketed correctly. If it's really this wonderful drug thing that everyone is saying, if
Why
you
not?
claim that you are all for the people, then why not use it? It doesn't give nobody any type of advantage besides make them, oh, I got hit while they play.
PGA, professional golf, and professional tennis allow CBD oil. It's allowed.
once again a non-aggressive sport.
I know he's right.
I mean, let's look at it. When you look at the list of sports, you have to look at contact sports, you have to look at individual sports, and you have to look at sports that has to have a certain amount of aggression. Those sports that demand that level of aggression,
They probably won't do it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That's gonna be,
Yeah, I agree with
The
that.
Food and Drug Administration, they're allowing it, but they have not put their stamp on it yet.
You know why?
It's banned by the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, and NHL. Cannot touch CBD oil. Rob Gronkowski, the golden boy, has retired from football. He's a pitchman for a CBD company.
Well,
He's the front man.
He obviously used it while he was playing. That's
Yeah,
obvious.
and said that he's healed up physically to go back to NFL, but he's not healed up mentally. He's the pitchman for this.
Well, I've heard
Front and center for
I've
the
heard
CBD
a lot
oil
of
company.
people's. I've never played professional football, but I've heard a lot of players say if they could smoke weed after the game, it would definitely help in their
They
rehabilitation.
do.
Yeah.
What do you mean if? They do.
No, I'm saying
They
that's
do.
what they said if it was legal, because the teams who happened to play in the Super Bowl that year, Seattle and Denver, had weed legal. They recuperated better. He said, I didn't go home and take these Vicodins. I didn't go home and take all these other drugs. He said, I went home to the bathroom, smoked a joint, and fell asleep, and I recuperated. And
It's a joke unless you stay in the house, you don't get in a car accident, you're not out in public, falling in the street. You're okay. You can random tests before all the big tests come during the off season. You get one random test during the season, and everybody knows when it's coming.
But see, but how is that random, and how does that help? If you
Exactly.
know when the test
Exactly. So they're looking out for you.
What happens is
Exactly.
Well, that goes back to what you said. It's detrimental to the game. As long as you don't make them look bad, you okay.
So here's how the policy kind of works in certain in football.
Can't wait to hear this.
I'll speak on football because I know a little bit about football. So when you come into the NFL, first of all, they know everything about you already. So if you've had a history of any type of illegal substance, automatically, you're going to be on the radar.
Okay.
The first day you step into training camp, you get a physical. You get a complete, total physical. All right? You get tested. You get, if you have any surgeries, anything, they want the x-rays, they get the MRIs.
Yeah, they're going to tell if you got drugs in your system.
They're going to get everything that's, you're their investment, so they want to know everything about it. All right? So once that happens, and that history pops up, if you failed a drug test in college, if you smoked in grade school, they're going to know. They're going to find out. They're going to ask questions. They're going to find out. Once you get on that radar, you're in the program. Once you're in the program, you get randomly tested throughout the year.
They said up to 20 to 60 times.
Yeah. That's after you get a dirty. If you get a dirty.
Oh, okay.
So when you're in the program, they'll test you randomly. It might be once a year. You'll never know when. It'll just be once a year. You fail it. Now you become you on your second one. Now you have to test when they want you to test it.
Do they sweep these things under the rug depending who it is, or is it the same protocol for everybody?
I don't think he can answer that.
I'll say this. I'll say this. There are a lot of professional athletes that have extracurricular activities, and a lot of them don't get tested because they're not doing things that's detrimental to the game. And is it right? Is it wrong? Who's to say? But I will say this. If they're doing things that's going to hurt them physically or mentally later on in life, I'll pray for them. Because we don't know the outcome of what we're getting into.
Right.
We don't know what someone's selling us. We don't know what someone's giving us. We just don't know anymore. At this day and age, all of those things that we're getting are coming from manufactured drug companies.
Odell Beckham, my favorite, has been caught in close vicinities of cocaine, not once, twice.
That is a.
Not saying he did it, but
it's
in
definitely
close
a bad
proximities
image. It's definitely a bad image.
of cocaine
bad
2
image.
times.
But there's no guarantee that he did it.
That's
He
true.
was in close proximities of it twice.
If he's been tested and it's cleared,
you can't really tell. Yeah.
you can't touch him.
All right, we got to stop on that. We're going to commercial break. Nick McCole, DC. Not bad, y'all. Not bad.
Y'all start off all quiet and stuff.
I know I grade y'all on this. Herb got a B- last one because he was all quiet and shy, drank a lot, and then he hyped up at the end.
I can't get that
I
on.
know the football. I know the basketball side.
It's enough going.
I tell you,
I take a call.
I keep thinking hoops with the father. So I'm 100% believing it.
Green Bay, because when we were back in the 70s, they wanted to legalize the shit. Across the board.
Well, that makes sense.
All they do because it was so many players. They wanted to turn off the regulated monitor so they could build their brand. It was destroying them. If you look at the NBA, countless it was
Owners was supplying it.
we don't know.
DC, a commercial break.
Now that they found a way to tax and legalize marijuana, believe me, cocaine is not.
I don't think it will because the best cocaine don't come from here.
Exactly. So they're gonna find a way. Watch. They're gonna find a way. Because now they found a way to start growing it here.
But that's synthetic.
And then DC podcast.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's killing people.
Now YouTube crazy.
So they're continuously working on it. And once they figure it out,
Once they find, I see where you're going.
yeah.
But the synthetic one, I can't see them.
Because I lived in Amsterdam for 6 months. By far the least amount of crime I've ever seen in my life.
We don't want to do nothing. We just want to lay down.
And it's not only just weed. Like you go to a coffee shop in Amsterdam, they got mushrooms, shrooms, cocaine, everything. They got millions of types of weed. They give you a menu lower than my arm.
Like the hookah bar.
You got a menu this long, like, man, I don't even know what's what on here. Just give me some regular, so it's like, it's one of those things where, if they model after that particular type of government, not necessarily
I know
they
you're
doing
doing
that, but model that part of it, it'll happen. It's going to happen.
We are back. Enigma Code DC. That first segment was nice. We're on segment 2. Trump, number 45. And this national emergency declaration, a step that would allow him to divert $8 billion to build his little wall. He said he's going to pull from 127 different funds. He tried to fundraise, that didn't work. He tried executive order, that didn't work. Now he's trying to bully us into thinking that we have to have a wall.
So, I'm actually looking at an article now about this Trump administration diverts $3.6 million for border wall, coming from 127 military construction projects.
Yeah, that's what I got. 127 different funds.
So,
He can't do that.
why not?
Because he can't.
Why?
It's like if I'm president, I say, we're going to bring back VHS, and I'm going to divert $8 billion, and y'all going to put in and pay for it so that we can bring back VHS tapes. He cannot do that. He can't do that.
He's the president-elect. Why not?
It's not on anybody's agenda.
Okay.
He talked about the wall. They got everybody hyped up, and all these people raised up, ready to fight, ready to kill people, and they got the biggest drug bust in the history in Philly. Now that wall's not going to Philly. They got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of keys of cocaine in Philly.
No.
That's not the border wall.
So before I get started, because I like the controversy. Before I get started, I'm not in support of the wall. Let's get that straight. But I will say this. I'm looking at some of the places that he's pulling this money from. Hey,
It's proposed. He's saying he can't do that.
all right. We got Puerto Rico project, $80 million, training equipment site, Camp Santiago. Oh, come on.
Santiago,
What
like that
are
name.
we spending that much money in Puerto Rico for?
They're not. Puerto Rico didn't recover from the last hurricane.
It's right here.
I know. I'm saying that.
This is $80 million he's pulling from there.
Dog, he's out of bounds. Puerto Rico is unofficially our 51st state.
Okay.
They're under our wing.
Do we
And he's just
We
set
have
them out to dry.
do we have 51 flags?
No.
Okay, we got 50, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's unspoken spoken. If we you over there, ready to, you a military man.
That's why I ain't
Puerto
saying
Rico
nothing. That's
is
why I
unofficially
said
our
nothing.
51st state.
I'll say it.
They hung them out to dry the last hurricane they had.
Here's my thing. I love the military.
Strongest
utmost-
military in the world.
utmost respect for it. Utmost. Because, number one, they protect and serve without no sense of being repaid for it. They're not looking for a paycheck. They're not looking to become famous. They're not looking to get a rap video. They're out there laying their lives on the line to protect and serve, and I understand that now, and I have the utmost respect. That's why but I'm also looking at, like I said, where he's pulling these things from. Our military is only as strong as it is because of where it was built. It was built inside, and then it moved out. If we don't continue to build the inside of it, then outside, we're making everyone else stronger.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at our military is so spread out across the world that everybody else's continent and country is stronger because of our military. Why?
You don't want me to answer that. Go ahead, chime in.
No,
Chime in.
Are we,
You're
trying,
military, man.
are we like Pinky in the Brain trying to take over the world? Is that what it is?
listen. I'm gonna say this, and I will get a lot of smack for this. I was in the United States Marine Corps, and you're right. We do not do it for the glory. The problem is, everyone has jumped on a bandwagon to justify why you need the military. Now, the real part of the military is politics by force, plain and simple.
Yeah.
So if you and I had a disagreement in two countries, I'm going to send my military to get my way. Unfortunately, with that, there's a charade going on that Trump is manipulating everyone about this military. Those guys there will do it for nothing if they believe it. Mm-hmm. And the problem is everyone is trying to make money off of it now because it seems like it's the end thing. And the problem with that is military, and you can look this up. Before 2009, they never showed the military people on TV, and they never showed the person singing the Star Spangled Banner. The reason why it happened was because military enrollment dropped. So they made a deal, and I hate to say this, and they made a deal with the NFL to do that. So now it's a big old skeptical, but the problem is it's a monetary reason why they did it. Now people will hate me for that, but you say the military is supposed to be the strongest? No, we're not. And you're right. We are spread out. Because the one thing that people don't realize, they hate us so much that our enemies are forming together. So with that, our military is strengthened. And these guys, and look, and this is another thing Trump don't understand. Now, I'm going off topic there, but I believe that every person who's running for president should serve military time. That's just my opinion. And the reason why I say that, because you will sit and understand and know what you're dealing with, what you sit on. The problem with that is, it's easy for you to say, oh, no, we can't go in. Yeah, sometimes you're going to have to lay down the law. I got that. And I've done that. I've seen it. But the one thing that the military will treat you, and I tell people this all the time, there was no way you can be in the military and really go to combat and be racist. You will not do it. It's impossible.
Say that again.
You will
say that
not.
Again.
I'll say it again.
Say that again.
There is no way you can be in the military in combat and be racist. You cannot. Because you have to put your trust in people that you quote unquote see here. I don't like these. I don't like them. I don't like them. You cannot do it. It's impossible. I got Spanish boys. I got white boys. I had a white dude at my wedding who I love to death. That's my man. I have Filipino. Listen, it's impossible. It's 100% impossible. And for them to manipulate the military for their personal gain, I have a problem with it. That's why I was real quiet at first. I really have a problem with that.
Let me ask y'all something. Who's the most dangerous man in the world?
Right now?
Yeah.
In terms of what?
Running a country.
Oh, right now? It's Trump. And it's not
No,
Lil Kim.
it's somebody more
It's not Lil
dangerous than
Kim.
him.
It's not Lil Kim.
Yep.
It's not
Yep.
Lil Kim.
Yep.
It's not Lil Kim. I'm
Yes,
going to
it
tell you
is.
why.
He's the most dangerous man in the country. How did Obama treat him?
Obama did what he's supposed to
He
do.
ignored him.
No, but see, that's just it.
No,
Lil Kim.
not really.
No, Lil
They
Kim.
had.
I know I keep saying Lil Kim. It was Kim Jong-un. Lil Kim wants to be seen. You ignore that. Trust me, you ignore that. Just like that little kid that's throwing a temper tantrum.
Yeah.
Do you go talk to him? No, you ignore him and you let him.
You don't
take-
ignore him, James. Skeeter, because if he put his hand on the button like he threatened to do, we got a problem.
Listen,
He
everybody
worried me.
in the people.
As a parent, I was worried.
But here's the thing: everybody in the world know nukes aren't good. So the first person, but think about it, the only country that's ever shot a nuke was us.
What would he get by pushing the button?
A retaliation of the destruction of this planet.
Legacy.
Yeah, but what legacy will you get when you destroy
And him
the
and
planet?
Trump got in a pissing contest on who could push the button.
But here's
and
the
finally they got together and he's a nice guy,
No, but if you push the button, you're gonna have to expect retaliation. And when
Right.
you expect retaliation,
Everybody
you also
loses.
expect annihilation.
Yeah.
So if no one really wants to be that first black person, because I lived in Japan, there's still things over there that's not grown when they dropped that John
From World War II.
from Hiroshima.
1940s,
Like, put it
yes.
this way, I went on a
Yes.
tour and I could only go to that site for 10 minutes. And I had to leave.
Wow.
And it's that bad. So no one wants to be the person who initiated a world war. Now all of this spending of nuclear weapons is just to justify for something stupid. No one wants to be the person that ends the war. Ends the world, excuse me. You don't want to do that. Nuclear weapons don't really do anything but tell everybody, forgive me, I have it.
Yeah.
And forgive me, my dick is bigger than yours.
Exactly.
That's what it's about.
It's a pissing contest.
It is. But the reality is that pissing contest can destroy life.
Yeah. And
So once you destroy life, who cares that you can push the button? The button's been pushed. But that's my right. That's why I feel I don't like military products, and I definitely don't like people using the military for their own personal gain. Now, and I'm gonna tell you, and I hate this. You ask me, I can't stand this. Oh, the military is this and it's so great, and them guys. Oh, really? You like the military that bad? Stop making the vets jump through hoops to get their benefits. That's these people got to go through. Like you said, you appreciate it. If you really appreciate them, give them their benefits. Stop making them jump through hoops. Oh, well, you don't qualify for this. Well, how you gonna tell me you don't qualify? That's what I hate. You praise the military, but you ignore the vet.
here's my question about
That's my problem.
military veterans. When you come home, let's back up. Let me back up. A person is in the military before they go and do their tour of whatever duty that they're going to do. They have a job.
Yes,
When they come home, they don't have that job anymore.
I agree.
I don't understand that concept because I know that we have unemployment rate that's sky high.
Oh, I can explain that. I can answer that
I
question.
understand that, but certain things should be it should be a process for certain things, and that process is one of the things that should be held. If a teacher can take a temporary leave of absence for a year and a half, how come someone who's serving our country goes and serves our country, come back and doesn't have a job? I don't understand.
I can tell you
And
why.
they're homeless.
I can tell you why. I can answer that question. These guys are highly trained and handle military stuff, munitions. When you come back home, ain't no jobs with that.
Negative. And
There's no jobs with
I
that.
respectfully disagree, and I'm gonna tell you why. The military's job is not just ammunition.
Yeah.
Every job that you want in the world, the military provides.
They're firefighters. They're police officers.
I was a
they're
military.
IT
I was a
guys.
military police.
Thank you. I mean,
And
you
that's
have
the
IT.
thing. That if
So
you get
you
one of
take-
those jobs, you'll come home and have a job.
See,
No,
that's
not
not true.
necessarily,
That's
my
not
brother.
true. Now,
Not
every person in
necessarily.
the military that gets out, if desired, they can come back and be a police officer because they know that these people are disciplined. They know these people would take the job too hard because it's an honor system.
And-
But there are other jobs in there. There's lawyers, there's doctors, there are dentists, there are IT, there are audiovisual, there are any job that you would like to qualify. There are mechanics. There are jobs that you can qualify for in the military that you can come out and make a severe living that is just great. The problem is they have to jump through hoops to get all of these certifications. That's where I have a problem. Because why is it he can
do it in the military.
he can handle $50 million worth of equipment, but can't come home and be a parking attendant for $10 an hour? Why?
That's impossible.
That's crazy. And then they sit there, again, that's my point, you ignore the vet. This guy served his country, and some of them laid down their lives, but yet you ignore them. How many times have you, be real, how many times have you going out and you seen the guy sitting and he's homeless? See, I have a problem with that. What you need, man? I'm just gonna get something to eat. These guys lay there like, man, I want to give you something to eat. I do that.
So I did learn my lesson about that. So what I do now, I go buy him something to eat.
That's what I said. I'll buy him something to eat. Now, the ones who say I just want money,
Yeah, I can't help it.
but I guarantee you that wasn't a vet. I bet money on it.
Two things: post-traumatic PTSD, and two, these guys were not trained. Some of these guys, they just barely got through high school. They went to the military. They got to the top of the food chain for ammunition. They got to the top of the food chain repairing tanks. They got top of the food chain repairing carriers. When you come home, there's no job doing munitions. There's no
Sure
job
it is.
repairing tanks.
Sure it is.
There's no jobs repairing carriers.
Sure it is.
James, yeah, but a
Sure
couple
it is.
of them maybe.
Sure it is.
I got 1,000 guys that are skilled in munitions.
Sure you
Come
are.
home, there'd be what, maybe 100 jobs. Where are the rest of them gonna go?
Go to the NRA. They seem to have a lot.
They
of
don't
I'm not saying it
because
but
they weren't trained in more than one thing.
Oh no, that's say I disagree. Again, I respectfully disagree. These guys can do it. Did you train them to do that? Then you can train them to do something
No, they
else.
didn't. So who? That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's what I'm asking the wrong question.
So-
Who do we blame for that?
So you telling me you'll take a 18-year-old graduate that's undisciplined over a guy who's been trained and basically programmed to do a job that occupies and deserves the most discipline in the world?
No, I'm gonna take that guy. But when that job dries up, what's he gonna do? No one said, you know what, you should practice IT on the side because IT's always gonna be there
I'll
instead
say
of
this.
just ammunition
If
or
you-
repairing these Humvees and vehicles.
Well, ammunitions right now is a really good job because everybody wants a damn gun.
Longer in the military, yeah.
No. I mean, everybody wants a
do.
gun. So that job will always be
Always.
there. Unfortunately, it's not the same treatment.
Yeah.
That's what it's just not the same treatment. I don't know why. I feel like that's wrong. I know it's wrong. It's not the same treatment. Every military guy that I've known laughs at Trump, and he's making a mockery out of it because he's using that to throw all the distraction off of whatever he's trying to do
So
and have everybody think it's the military thing. That's where I have a problem with it. I don't like it like
let's
that.
be realistic. Trump's end goal right now is to get reelected. The only way you're going to get reelected is if you have a certain amount of controversy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And the biggest way to get reelected
Start a war.
is start a war.
I mean, start a
No,
conflict.
no.
Start a war
You're
or
right.
conflict.
You're right.
Because our country is the only country in the world that's going to look at our leadership and say, we're at war, we cannot change.
Yeah.
Why?
I'll tell you why. How long has this country been alive?
It's a very young country. It's
It's a very young country.
We're very young.
We've had 23 major wars.
And
23 major wars. So that's a war every 20 years. What's the number one export that the United States have?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Military.
military.
Okay.
So if you require my help, you got to pay us. Why do I know that? We went to Saudi Arabia. We helped liberate Kuwait from Iraq.
And they've been
He
at
told
war.
us that this is how much money the guy over there had. He wanted to give every troop $10,000 cash that helped liberate Iraq from Kuwait. I'm sorry, the other way around, from Kuwait from Iraq. President Bush, Daddy Bush, says these guys are not mercenaries and you're not going to do it.
I disagree.
No, he
I
didn't.
heard-
No, I'm
No,
gonna
he
tell-
might have said that, but I heard that when they get these big dogs, they do get paid.
No,
Because there's bounties on their
I'm
heads.
telling you, he told the military people, because I was in. We are not. He told I don't. It's not the Shah, but whoever's the prime minister, whoever the guy is in Iraq, that we're not missionaries, so you can't pay them. So what he did, he felt so obligated to helping us, he constructed a Kuwaiti medal. And it was a Kuwaiti. Look this up. I guarantee. Look it up. It was a Kuwaiti medal that was put on our dress blue uniforms. Guy came back home like you said, couldn't get a job, couldn't do something, was going to sell it. Found out that it was a solid gold medal.
Wow.
$5,000. He pawned it. Of course, he went back and told all his friends that this was 100% gold, and every military person had to turn that medal back in. And if you didn't, you were getting court-martialed.
Yeah, but see, I know for a fact that went other ways. I got cousins, friends, and people that keep your mouth shut, don't ask, don't tell, came back with money, came back with all kinds of stuff.
But then they
Are you
didn't
supposed
say
to know,
anything.
but you got to have everybody on board to pull something off like
Well,
that.
again, like
If
I
you're
said, he ran.
ducking bullets every day, and you get some bounty or booty or coming to something. My opinion, you should get to keep it.
Then
That's an honor thing. I know what you're saying. That's an honor
that
thing for
breaks
me.
one of the biggest major
I know.
problems of our military.
But it happens. Don't act like it don't happen.
I'm not going to act like it.
We got to go to break, but I got one last thing to say. This dude is a clown because he said he's going to slash, to get this wall, he's going to slash $8.1 billion in education.
I'm trying to figure
He's a
it.
clown.
But is Mexico education? Because didn't he say they were going to pay
Us
for the
here.
wall? But didn't he say they were going
Teachers,
to pay for
support
the wall?
staff. Yeah, you
But
can't
that
tell
means
somebody,
Mexico is
I want
education.
my yard bigger. You're gonna pay for it.
But that means
I need a new lawnmower.
but
You're
that
gonna
means-
pay for it.
That means
That
Mexico
don't make sense.
is the Department of Education because I could have swore that's what he said.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all this, then we gotta go to break. Kamala Harris said that if she becomes president, teachers will get the highest raise they've ever seen in their lives.
They won't let her do it.
So if she makes it to the top of the
They won't let her do
Democratic thing, she got my vote.
They won't let her do it.
So we
I like the thought.
Yeah, I like to throw it too, but they won't let her do it.
It's not gonna happen.
They're not gonna happen.
we gotta go to break. Segment 2.
They're not gonna let her happen.
Enigma Code DC. All right, Jess. I ain't even take no phone calls that session. That went good. How we looking?
45.
Huh? 45
I'm
minutes?
ready for those females.
Man.
They're not. Cause some countries won't talk to her just because she's a female. So some of
We
them-
will lose the foreign trade.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Immediately, foreign trade will cease with the
I
United
didn't
States.
think about that.
I meant to. He retracted it the next day, though. Remember Trump said kids born abroad aren't necessarily U.S. citizens?
Oh yeah.
I said, oh, hell no.
Yeah, because
They cleaned it up the next day. He said, I didn't mean it like that.
He
He
had
said,
to.
I meant workers and something. Not military and not
But
something.
that means his children.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That
these
means
kids-
his in-law, all of that will be
He
done.
cleaned it up.
Oh,
He said people
listen,
working for the U.S.
listen.
abroad.
He ain't as dumb
Donald
as you
Trump
think.
is not as stupid as everybody thinks he is. Not by a long shot. But he's doing what most dictators in history always did. He's doing the same thing Hitler did. He's doing the same thing Mussolini did.
And that's what people don't understand. He might be a president of a democratic country, but he's a dictator.
But he's the playbook of how to run a country has been set in front of him. He just read the playbook.
I mean, you can't be mad at him.
Not at all.
And the thing that I say all the time, we elected him. When are we going to support him?
I don't think they elected him. I really don't. What I think
He
is
probably lost.
what happened, well, you know what, let me tell you something. They voted for him, but at the same time, this was the first time I ever saw a category for a president as non-educational white. I've never seen that before. You saw that too. I thought I was the only one that saw that.
I was trying to figure out what that meant.
Me too. What do you mean non-educational white? Gave him 75%.
I've never seen it.
I never saw that as a category. Non-educated white. I could not believe I saw it.
They making up stuff now.
But no, it might have been a category, and it might have been his majority voting stuff. I mean, it could have been, but I've never seen that before. That was more interesting to me than everybody else. Yeah, they want America white again, but then they won't get nothing done. They don't get grass, won't get cut. They car won't get fixed. Yeah, they probably wouldn't even eat.
I like my little Latino brothers.
Hey, listen, like I said, I'm lucky to have friends from every race that will come to me if I need them right now.
My only issue is we have a country that's populated and only about 40% of it. Not even 40. I say about 45% of our country is populated as far as land. Because there's a lot of land that's not populated. It is a lot.
It's not being utilized.
They're just mad because all of our quote unquote illegal immigrants are coming to the major cities because that's where the money is.
Y'all ready?
I ain't mad at them.
Let's bring it back. You know? All right, we're back to Enigma Code DC. Third segment. We up here in the Wolf Den. Ricky Santiago, your host. I got my man, the disgruntled guy, who's not acting so disgruntled tonight. And I got my man, Skeeter, who's got a lot to say today. We got to take a commercial break and pay some bills. Cloud9 Vodka, local guys. Brewed and distilled 6 times in Arizona. If you like that other vodka that starts with a T, you will love this one. It is gluten-free. That's all we drink up in this studio. We love Cloud9 Vodka, Cloud9 Vodka. All right, right back to it. Third segment. This is my favorite. Reason I love this show. Food, sports, and politics, and whatever the hell else we feel like talking about. I'm going to talk about this Popeyes chicken sandwich craze, because this is insane. We could have spent the whole hour talking about this Popeyes chicken sandwich. Despite whatever you say about it, whatever little geeky marketing guy was sitting in the boardroom for Popeyes chicken, he should be a millionaire by now.
Yeah, it was
he should have got so many incentives.
It was
I'ma
definitely
turn it over to
genius
y'all.
marketing. It was definitely a marketing genius who did that.
Well,
It was.
was it a marketing genius or was it somebody on social media?
Well, then that's part of
said
marketing.
Or was it a mistake?
It was a mistake.
I mean, an accident.
I don't think it was.
I mean, not a mistake, an accident.
I don't think it was an accident. I think it was deliberately set that way. Whoever did it, it was a genius because the fact that people fell into it,
Yeah.
that was brilliant.
Because the sandwich has been out for 4 or 5
That's
months.
what. That's
But
brilliant.
nobody knows that. Everybody thinks it's been out a couple weeks.
Then
Nah,
advertising
same.
and marketing is who you need
And let's
to.
talk about that. It costs $3.99. It looks like a chicken breast on steroids.
I've never. had it.
It's a full-size bun, but it makes the bun look like a slider bun. And I actually went to Popeyes tonight to get some for y'all. And the signs on the regular one and the spicy one said, "Be back soon." So I waited in line, asked the girl. I said, "Be back soon in a minute, or be back soon, you out for the night?" Because that's what everybody's saying, sold out for the night. She said, "Sir, we've been sold out of them for a week or two."
So, this is where I get disgruntled. Because I like my food, okay? I had the chicken sandwich about 2 months ago. Me and the wife, we was, trying to figure out what we were going to eat. Stopped at Popeyes. I'm like, oh, they got a chicken sandwich? When did they get a chicken sandwich? We go in. She gets a regular one, I get a spicy.
How long did you wait in line?
Was no line.
Damn, you got lucky.
Well, like you
I
said,
mean,
they were.
It wasn't even.
It wasn't. You're right. It wasn't.
Nobody knew about it. Walked in, got the chicken sandwich. Wife got a regular, I got a spicy.
Yeah.
I'm eating the sandwich. I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. Okay, all right. I'm still thinking, and I don't like. I want to say this. I'm not a Chick-fil-A fan. Okay, but
Why you not a Chick-fil-A fan?
this is. I don't know. I think I cook chicken better than Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
I'm just saying that. I'm gonna put that out there. But Chick-fil-A making a lot of money and I'm not, so we're gonna leave it at that. But
Marketing.
hey, when I had that Popeyes chicken sandwich the first time, I said, okay, it's a good sandwich. I could do this. We left, told our son about it, went and got about 2 weeks later, went back in, walked straight in, no line, no nothing. Got the sandwich, got him a sandwich, went back home, ate dinner. The next day, the very next day, he was like, hey, can we get the chicken sandwich again? I was like, sure, why not? My wife said, I don't know. Y'all must not have heard. The line is around the corner. I'm like,
They
how?
sent me to work. You know what? The part-time job I work at, the guy sent me to work. I went in there. I jumped in line. He said, "No, brother, the line is back there." The line was from the front corner around the store back to. I said, "You're kidding me."
Wow.
They said, "No." I called the store. I said, "It's at least 30 minutes. Stay or go." They was like, "Stay." I got the joints. Dude sold two of his for $25. He said, "Who wants them?" Everybody raised their hands. They only cost $3.99, and they're this big.
20.
Hey, that's
It's a
big.
big chicken. It looked like they just took the bone out of a chicken breast and put it on a sandwich.
It is.
And then they got breading on it. I kept picking the breading. It's too big. It's too much. It's too much.
I never had it, so I can't tell you. I just whoever marketed.
And it's only $3.99. But let me ask y'all something. Before that came out, what was the #1 chicken sandwich?
Oh, Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
And guess what?
I don't know. I'm gonna respectfully
it
say
looks-
Wendy's. I like Wendy's myself.
What'd you say?
I like Wendy's chicken sandwich myself.
What'd you say?
It was good.
I would say this
Chick-fil-A.
too.
And what'd you say?
I said Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Look,
And since I couldn't get it, I stopped at both. My producer, Fiery Phoenix, grabbed Chick-fil-A, and because Popeyes was sold out, I went there, and let's compare them. This was the #1 sandwich out. It's the best healthy sandwich you could get for your money, and this is what, $7? $6, $7?
What?
With everything.
You can get it regular fried, you can get it fried spicy, or you
Oh,
can
the
get it
grill,
grilled.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's about $7 by itself. These bad boys, Wendy's is trying to jump on it now. They came out with some jalapeno cheese, something.
But they've always just been out though.
It was $24 for these 4. So what's that? $6 a piece, $6.57. The Popeye sandwich is still $3.99, and it's humongous, and they're sold out. And you had a good point off air before we started. Why the hell are they sold out?
I think it's a marketing point. I honestly, I really believe it's supply and demand. You send out enough to get the word out, and then you
And then
retract
shut it
it.
down.
I don't
they
think
do that.
so.
They do that with the.
I don't
They
think so.
did it with the Jordans.
Yeah, why not?
They did it with the.
Let me ask you this.
This thing exploded, and they had no idea what they was up against, and they had no idea how big it was.
They probably
and
did.
social media played a big part in
They
it.
probably they probably did.
And now it's a supply and demand issue.
So let me ask you this. Me and you, we have something in common. We're probably two of the biggest Syracuse fans around.
I'm
I
right.
don't know. You,
All right.
I like the Cubes.
Okay, so all three of us. If they had 10 million Carmelo Anthony championship jerseys, would you get one?
Yes.
10 million of them,
Yes.
you would get one.
Yes.
All right? They had 15 of them, and they were on auction. Would you bid them?
No, because I wouldn't even be able to get in the ballpark
Why not?
because I don't have the money.
All right then. So now let's look at the chicken sandwich.
Oh, I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
They started out
With 10, yeah, a lot.
with 10 million.
And then the word, you are absolutely right. You are.
Word
absolutely
got out. The next time that chicken sandwich come back, you gonna be looking at a $12 chicken sandwich.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I disagree for now because they haven't raised the price. But I know the store I work at, they sell little Crown Royal shots. Any shots. When they first come out, 99-cent, $1.25, $1.99.
Oh, yeah.
Suck people in.
You got to.
3-4 months later, those same shot or whatever, $3.99,
That's one of the-
$4.99, $5.
One of the biggest rules in supply and demand.
So
Find
do
out
they-
what the people want. Give them a little taste of it.
Right, like crack.
Pull it back.
Did Popeyes
Pull it back.
Popeye? I don't
When you
think
pull it back-
Popeyes was adept enough to know what they were getting into. And
yeah,
I'm
I
not
agree
saying
with
in a
you on
bad
that.
way.
I agree with you.
Because
I
I'm gonna
agree.
tell you, Popeyes is known for what?
Chicken.
Chicken. there's
all
never been chicken in there. You always gotta wait for trays to come out.
Exactly.
When I went in that line, all the chicken trays were full.
So you know, at one point,
People were getting a chicken sandwich or shrimp.
At a local Popeyes, at one point, do you know they had a line on the inside specifically for the chicken sandwich?
God,
I
dog.
didn't know that.
So
How
you
long's
can
it
go
been
with-
out? So it's not just been out a month?
No,
I think it was out
Because
before.
everybody thinks it's been out a month.
Nah, it was out.
No.
How long's it been out?
I don't want to say it's. To be honest with you, I don't know.
Somebody look it up.
But
I know for a fact. I know for a fact we got one in July.
In July,
Yeah.
August, September.
Late July.
Yeah, because I know it's been out, but
Late July, I think.
the
I
general
think is when
public
we
and
got
me
one.
don't know that.
I'm
but
pretty,
remember, Popeyes had another chicken sandwich.
Yeah, but it wasn't like
it
this one.
wasn't.
Okay.
It
This
wasn't
thing
full
is
breast.
this big.
It's a
And
full
with the
breast.
breading on it is this big. And when I got it, all I did was kept picking off pieces of breading and then hit the chicken, picking off more. It's like it's triple put in the crispy stuff. It's humongous. And it's only $3.99. So did they stumble upon something?
It
Did
might
they got
have been
something
that.
big?
It might have been something like
Is the
that.
price going up? And just say the price goes up. Is it still going to be a thing if this sandwich jumps to $6? Because they
It
can
might
jump
not
to
be.
6 right
It
now.
might not be. All I'll say is, being in the food industry, it's definitely a supply and demand. If I had a shrimp Alfredo that was $4 and all of a sudden it's gotten popular and people come and ask for it, yeah, I am going to raise the price.
You gotta raise the price.
So
I'm
my
hungry.
thing, me being a foodie, as I got 2 hospitality degrees, never done nothing with them. As my career working with children winds down, I want to pick up work in the hospitality degree. What can I do to because they weren't expecting it. I don't care what they say. And now it's so bad, Popeyes is taking pot shots at Chick-fil-A.
Vice versa.
Like they've been there forever.
Like, I would-
Chick-fil-A been in the game for a minute and they've been on top.
It wouldn't surprise me if they went to each other and
came
proposed
up
this.
with this.
Yeah, to be honest with you.
Nah.
I didn't say they
Nah.
did, but I wouldn't be surprised. Pepsi and Coke did it.
Yeah, and it made
Yeah, Pepsi and Coke did it.
millions.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they decided to orchestrate it.
And made millions.
Together?
Yeah, why not?
If,
Pepsi and Coke did.
If
I
it
mean,
was a
Pepsi-
subsidiary company like Hardee's, that's the outro song.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
If it was a subsidiary company like Hardee's and Carl's Jr.'s, I would say yeah. Or Pizza Hut and whatever, I would say yeah. But
You're right. I don't think they realized the gold mine they were sitting on, but now that they do.
right,
But like I said, everybody got chicken sandwich. Heck, McDonald's got $1 chicken sandwich.
yeah, and it tastes like $1 chicken sandwich. I used to tear them up to the girl that worked at McDonald's, and I said, "Don't eat these." I said, "Why?" I said, I love my honey mustard. She said, this is processed chicken meat. It's not good. I said, so this is not the same as the $5 chicken? She's like, no, it's not.
No, it isn't.
And that was the end of those.
Yeah, it isn't. But again, if you were smart, you would gradually raise the price because people want to buy it. I mean, is Michael Jordan's tennis shoes really worth $300?
Not if you knew how much they cost to make.
$8.
They're made in another country, yeah,
For
it was
$8.
under $20.
So would you really buy for $300? Now, we're going to say no now, but when we were younger, yeah, we would have bought it. But you also got to go that your customers are educated. Customers aren't educated as much as they need to when it comes to financial stuff. So they'll buy something stupid like a sandwich for $35. It's going to last, what, 2 minutes?
So I'm saying, is this a thing or is this a thing to stay?
It's going to be around for a while. But what they're going to have, but see, here's the problem with it going to be around for a while. You heard me say this here. Popeyes is going to lose the taste because they won't be able to keep up with the demand, which means
they not, though?
they won't be able, because then now you're going to have chickens artificially.
You got to work around the clock. Right now,
No.
Popeyes is number one.
But yeah, you work around the clock is one thing, but when the demand comes more than the supply,
It's
you
not
have
that-
to take
it's not that many
shortcuts.
chickens in the world.
Yeah, you have to take shortcuts. Now these chickens are going to have steroids.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have some type of growth hormone. They're going to have all of these
Because they're
things,
gonna
which
grow
takes
too
away from the original flavor you have. And if you've had one, if you were a fan of it, you will taste the difference. You will. So those things are going to be factored in to when this quote unquote second batch of sandwiches come around. I guarantee you it won't be the same.
How does Chick-fil-A and Wendy's and these other places, McDonald's, they have a premium chicken sandwich. How do they counter? Do they do nothing?
They don't.
Do they drop their prices? What? You can't
what?
do nothing
For what?
because they're not number one
Well,
right
you
now.
gotta, if you don't do anything,
So-
you're taking a big risk.
So here's the thing: if you're depending on your
Competition,
chicken
yeah,
sandwich to run your whole business, you might want to shut down.
I agree with you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Because
sir.
Chick-fil-A, let me tell you something. Chick-fil-A, as much as I don't like them, got the best chicken tenders.
Yeah, you're right.
Period.
Chick-
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A
Chicken tenders?
is on top. They try to
Chicken-
set
But
the
he's right
standard.
though. If
Chicken
you
tenders.
want your chicken sandwich to raise the bar for your restaurant, then you obviously don't have faith in your restaurant with anything else. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you.
That's why
Yeah, I agree.
what you said is true. There's no way in the world that they put that sandwich out to be what it is now. Because they never depended on the chicken sandwich before. Why now?
Guy came to my store last weekend, 2 weeks ago, and we were talking about chicken sandwich. He said, I'm getting stuff. He said, I got a chef at my house right now. I said, what is he doing? You know, I said, I'm a foodie. I'm interested in that thing. He said, he's making chicken sandwiches. And I said, what? And he heard us talk about Popeyes. He said, forget it. He said, my guy's making chicken sandwiches.
It's just
And
a fad.
that's what
right
I'm
now.
interested in, huh?
It's a fad right now. It's the new thing. It's the new thing. Everybody want to get chicken sandwich, and it's not an accident that they only. And I hate saying this. It's not the one. It's not a coincidence that they're only promoting it in the black neighborhoods, and I hate to say that, and I really hate to
Yeah,
say
because
that.
if you go up to Rockville, you can walk right in and get a chicken
And-
sandwich.
And like I said, I hate to say that. I really do.
But you
they
got
are.
white people buzzing about this because I joke about it and everybody's on it. Everybody did. It's like, what are you talking about? They know what I'm talking about.
I have never personally had it, so I can't tell you.
I had it once. I thought it was overrated, but when I'm talking about it, it looked like a
I
chicken
had,
sandwich on
I had it
steroids.
3 times, haven't had
It
it
is
in the last
huge.
3 weeks.
It is huge.
I refuse to pay 55 minutes out of my day to go get a damn sandwich. That's just me. That's me.
sitting in the line.
And the reason why, well, I do it because I could probably make a chicken sandwich better. That's just me. But I'm not going into that to do it. I don't see it. Again, it was marketing genius to do what they did.
Yeah.
They paid. They want to get paid. And unfortunately, people fell right into that hole.
Man, we always do though. I mean,
Fell right in it.
it's two things that drive us right now, and the major one is the cell phone. The cell phone drives
Oh
us.
my
Anything
God.
done on the cell phone and put out in social media
I wouldn't say
It's
cell phone,
going-
but I definitely say social
Social
media.
media.
I definitely say that.
is going to be the hottest thing in where, because that is the biggest
That's your advertising right there. You don't need
biggest
a marketing.
That's the biggest
Yeah.
market.
For pennies on the dollar, you can advertise yourself through social media.
Sure.
And all you do is take a picture and click.
Or free.
Listen,
And the
that's
right
it.
person sees it, boom, you know, went viral.
Exactly.
if the wheel was the greatest invention of mankind, And social media's got to be the greatest destruction. It got to be, man. It
definitely
got to be.
Hey,
It got to be.
Remember our basketball player scored 1,000?
Oh man.
And she got to the damn Twitter before I did. She got 17,000 hits. And I got like 100.
In one
And
night.
if I'd have beat her to it, I'd have had 17,000 hits.
But-
and that would have been my platform
But
to
what
do
have we?
something.
But what have we come? What have we came to? That social media
I don't
is
like
the
it.
ruler.
And I know you
of
don't
that-
like it, but
of-
it's free advertising.
It is.
If the
I
right
mean,
person sees it, you on your way.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all, we gotta wrap up. Let's recap what we did tonight. We gotta I can go all night. We gotta wrap it up. We did marijuana in professional sports. If you keep your nose clean, the consensus I get is it's okay. Not if you're not out in public. If you keep your nose clean, you
I
keep
think
quiet.
it's more or less if you don't embarrass the team.
Yes.
Like you said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right? Can we agree on that?
If you don't,
I do. I do. That's just me. He has a little.
you don't
bit
get
of
caught.
Yeah, that's what I'm
If you
saying.
don't get caught with one of these,
That's what I'm saying.
But it's
then,
hard
then
not to. man.
it's hard. I mean,
Yeah,
it's-
because your
it's
best
hard.
friend, your girl, whatever,
Yeah, everybody
knows that if they
is.
get a picture of you around this stuff, they going viral. Everybody wants to go viral. All right, got to move on. Second point, Trump in this wall. I understand what he's trying to do with the wall. That's his thing. But divert from all these funds he's trying to pull from.
Yeah.
No.
It's gonna hurt us. It's gonna hurt us in the
I
long
really
run.
believe that's a diversion because he's getting ready to do something else. He's always dropped really stupid, idiotic ideas right before he does something.
Does something, yeah.
Look at the pattern. So whatever he's about to do, he's using the wall as this.
Yeah, because he's got a huge ego. And the third point was this chicken sandwich from Popeyes. Was it here for a season or is it here for a reason?
I don't really know. I just think at the time it's a marketing genius.
Yes.
That's all I think.
And I think it's gonna be a seasonal thing. I don't think it's gonna last.
You mean like McRib?
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
What?
It might be.
Rib
know
left,
what?
came back
Yeah.
years later,
Hey.
left, came back years
Hit
later.
it on the nose. It's the new McRib.
Okay.
Think about it. How many times do we honestly
I know I did. I'm
go
not
to
even going.
McDonald's and be like, hey,
The McRib, when the
was a
McRib
hype.
comes.
McRib coming back.
Another one,
You know what?
It's
yeah.
DLT.
It's the McRib.
Well, that died though.
And now
At this
really,
point, put it with this. And
now I'm
something
really
come
mad.
up.
Now I'm really just brutal.
I didn't think
Because
about
I want to McRib now. McDonald's bring the McRib back. Shut down Popeye's chicken sandwich with the McRib.
Hey, we rolling out. I got my man, the disgruntled guy. He's around town. You've seen him before. I'm not going to tell you where you've seen him. But he works with the youth. Outstanding coach. I got my man Skeeta. He's a chef. Been around for years, working at University of Maryland. Ricky Santiago, you know I work with the kids. Enigma Code DC. We will see you again. Episode 2 is in the books.
You need to like it.
Subscribe to us. We on Facebook and like us. We keep this going. Everybody have a good week. We'll see you again soon.